As a kid, you're always told to enjoy your childhood as much as you can, because adulthood comes quicker than you realise. It's scarily true. I feel like I've hardly blinked, and now I'm 22, living in one of the UK's biggest cities. Don't get me wrong, this certainly has its pros. There's always something to do, particularly as a filmmaker, but sometimes it does get a bit much. The best way I find of unwinding is visiting home. My family usually sort me out, but that's not always an option because I'm a busy guy with a part-time job and a portfolio to be expanding. So if I can't physically go home, is there a way of returning to a digital one? How do I get those childlike feelings back and switch off from the world for just a moment? Well, if you've seen the title of this video, then you already know what I'm referring to.
Enter a mysterious new world and get ready to confront the legendary Pokémon. Face the ultimate test in the battle frontier by challenging the best trainers Sinnoh has to offer. Can you catch 'em all? Pokémon Platinum, only on Nintendo DS.
This bloody game. I put an ungodly amount of hours into this game as a kid, playing through the main story as much as I wanted, and then going for a completionist save file. I was obsessed. I read the books and watched the anime. Thinking about the moment where Ash's Infinite beats Paul's Electivire still gives me chills. Me and my friends would challenge ourselves at the battle frontier, even though we weren't very good, and we battled each other at school. These are memories I cherish. But if I'm honest, I've probably put in similar hours between the ages of 18 and 22 as I did between 7 and 11. Every year, on average, I find a new way to play this game. Speedrunning, nuzlocking,
Pokemon!
And in the case of this year, really taking my time with it. I'd originally planned to make this lengthy video essay on this game and its themes, and who knows, maybe I'll still do that someday. I've got a whole book of notes. I did notice one thing though. For those of you who didn't grow up with this game, Pokémon Platinum is essentially a definitive edition for Pokémon Diamond and Pearl, who themselves were the first games in the series to feature Wi-Fi connection. This was a huge deal at the time. You could now trade and battle online, and what followed was a large online community, one that still thrives to this day. What I noticed is that this progression in technology bleeds into the game's main story. In the game, you come up against a strangely dressed Team Galactic. They're led by Cyrus, who you encounter throughout the game, doing what can only be described as pondering at various locations of historic significance. Cyrus's final goal is to destroy the universe and create a new one, which is drastic to say the least. I guess he's at these locations paying them tribute before he gets rid of them. Cyrus believes that emotion makes the world weaker, but the game disproves this pretty directly. Cynthia, the game's champion, spells this out to you multiple times. But what's really the nail in the coffin for this way of thinking is a random quote from an old lady in Hearthome City, and it's one of my absolute favourites. That people are lonely is only natural. It gives me compassion for others. It's what makes me look forward to a better tomorrow. But there are still moments of fondness for the past, though time can heal some sadness. I think this is beautiful, because yes, we can long for the past, or feel pain in the present, but there's always the future. We always look forward to a better tomorrow, and it's human to believe that things will improve. But we shouldn't be dismissive of the past and the present. The Sinnoh region itself is kept in harmony by a trio of legendary Pokémon, and many of its locations emphasize balance. There is room for both a Jubilife City and a Celestic Town, a Sunyshore City, and an Eterna City. The choice to base the first Pokémon region to include Wi-Fi interactivity in Hokkaido was an inspired one. I've never been myself, but I do know that it's a land of beautiful scenery and experienced rapid modernization. Really the perfect place to tell this story. The past year of my life has been incredible, and has moved at such a fast pace that it's been hard to keep up with. I've been on professional film sets and launched a successful Kickstarter campaign for my short film, all in the span of a few months. I've been so focused on pushing forward my career that at times I felt out of balance. Returning to Pokémon Platinum made me feel at one with my inner child, and help me rediscover why I want to tell my own stories. It's a world filled with myth, but not one held back by the past. Yes, there's advancements, and things are changing fast, but if we don't stop and appreciate what came before, then we lose track of where we came from and who we are. Perhaps more so than any other Pokemon game, Platinum provides the player with several places to just reflect. Here are two of my favourite examples of this. The first, Lake Verity. Just outside of your player's hometown, Lake Verity is peaceful and secluded. You're only required to visit here a few times, but as a kid I always felt encouraged to return on my own. What plays here is one of the most stunning video game tracks I've ever heard. Lake Verity is important as it's one of the first places you visit in your journey. I like to reflect here because I always imagined it was where the protagonist and Barry would play as kids. The lake is steeped in such myth and legend. Hearing Mesperit's cry here almost feels like Ash seeing Ho-Oh in the Pokemon anime. It sets the pace for a legendary journey, pun absolutely intended. My other favourite place to relax in Pokemon Platinum would be the Pokemon League itself. Where do I begin? Where other Pokemon games feature grandiose music at the end of their journeys, Sinnoh has a somber piano track that invites you to reflect on your journey at the top of a waterfall. It's beautiful. It's like every time I hear this track, I'm back to being a child. I think back on my own journey, not just through Pokemon, but through life. Who I am, what I'm fighting for, and what I have left to go. It'll be tough, but similarly to 8-year-old Jake playing Pokemon Platinum for the first time, I'm armed with optimism and a fantastic team. Thanks for watching.